All right, Vol fans, all right, SEC fans, Catfish here. We're bringing it to you live from the Volunteer Roadshow Studios in Springfield, Missouri. And we've got one heck of a show in store for you guys today. We've got a recap show, and we're going to announce the winner of the Fan Face-Off. And I told everybody I was going to let the teams do the talking on who won the Fan Face-Off between Lawtide and Couch Coach, and by God, the teams did the talking. And I'd like to present the winner. Lawtide, you will be getting the first annual trophy for the National Championship Fan Face-Off. So be looking for that in the mail, and congratulations.
Thank you, Catfish. Fun times up here. I had a good time doing it. Hope to do it in the future.
Well, I'm glad you were able to do it for us. And Couch Coach, you did a heck of a job. Your team came up short. And I'd like to talk about the games and what happened, because that was one roller coaster of a ball game. Ups and downs. You think the game's over, and it's not. So we're going to start with you, Couch Coach. Tell us how you saw the game as a fan.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious that Alabama's really good, especially on defense. I mean, that defensive line of theirs is really phenomenal. Really affected what we could do offensively, even though we were able to make some plays in the passing game and a little bit with our speed guys. Not being able to utilize our tight ends really hurt us. I think that, that's just really been the story of us all year. I think our line is still a work in progress, and we're clearly not in the trenches where Alabama is. I mean, Alabama, that defensive line is really just tough to move the ball on. So considering that, we were able to do what we did, we did all right. Felt we got a little conservative in the second half. Really quit going away from Sony. They got some momentum. Some plays went against us. That is what it is. I just think that with Georgia in general, we just have to get better with our situational awareness. I think that's just something that's come up again and again and again. And of course, in overtime, that 2nd and 26, I mean, look, you got to be aware there. I mean, you can't let a guy run by you. You can't, so that just is what it is. But look, I mean, we had a great season, good year for number 2, for a second-year coach for sure. Won the SEC championship, won the Rose Bowl. We just got to find a way to beat Alabama. That's just the bottom line. They found a way to beat Florida. They were the big dogs for a while there, and Alabama did it. And we just got to find a way to beat Alabama, because we're going to keep playing them again and again and again. So we'll get there. It's just it's disappointing to lose the way we did, but can't say the season's a loss for sure.
Well, I tell you what, I was thinking about you during that game, all throughout the game. I was imagining what you and Uncle Lou were feeling, the goods and the bad, and I hate it for you, but you're always welcome on the show, and I'm glad you've been a part of it this year. We're gonna go to you, Lawtide. Tell us how you saw it as a Bama fan, how you saw that game, how your emotions going throughout the game. I saw your YouTube live, but kind of tell the viewers what was going on in the Lawtide household.
Well, my nerves was on about 15. It wasn't on 10, it was on about 15. And, I thought we come out pretty good on our first drive. First defensive series, we come out, we punched them in the mouth, got them off the field. We come out in on our first drive there, went on down the field. Jalen missed an open receiver in the end zone, and then we missed the field goal, and I think that kind of killed our momentum. Georgia come out in their first drive, moved the ball. After that, moved the ball down. Got 3, and I think that got them the momentum. Their defense fed off of it, and really shut down our running game, and really shut down Jalen Hurts and what he could do. And man, it was really hard to see in the first half. But after seeing that first half, I kind of knew that Nick Saban was going to have to make a move, because we couldn't throw the ball. Jalen was really off throwing the football. But him bringing Tua in really gave our team a spark, and our team fed off of it, and our defense fed off of it too. I think we was getting tired toward the end of the third quarter, and they just kept on running, and they was running the ball really well on us, and they just kind of went away from it. And it put a lot of pressure on Fromm, and those little short throws he was trying to make that he was getting in the first half, but he wasn't making those in the second half. But he did have that deep ball when they went up 20-7. but it was just a hard-nosed football game. I was really proud of the way we fought. I was proud of the moxie our young freshmen showed out there. All those freshmen that played, Najee Harris, Smitty out there that caught the touchdown pass. Leatherwood that came in and played for Jonah Williams at left tackle. They just really stepped up when they needed to, and our team really fed off of it, and it brought home a championship. I'm just really humbled how we won this championship because we really pulled it out of the fire. Georgia's a really good football team. We'll see them next year in the SEC championship. There's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind we'll see them in the SEC championship. I know they're losing a lot of players, but I think Ledbetter, I think he's going to stay one of their big D-line studs, a few other seniors. But, man, just get ready, SEC, for these two teams to battle for years to come because, they put on a show last night, and I was proud to see it. And I was proud of my Alabama Crimson Tide, Roll Tide.
Well, you think Georgia's going to be in the SEC championship game with you, so you must not realize, or maybe you've forgotten Lawtide, but we're going 15-0, I promise you that. And I don't think Georgia's getting by my Vols because it's just not going to happen. But anyway, all joking aside, let's talk about next year and what we saw in the second half of that ball game, that move by Nick Saban to put in Tua. I think you've got a new quarterback on your hands. So, Lawtide, tell me what you think's coming in store for your team this next year. How do you see it panning out?
All I got to say is aloha from down here. It's going to be so sweet to see Tua spinning that rock next year. He is very special. I think Alabama fans knew it was coming this year, but you just couldn't set Jalen down. He's 25-2. He's won 25 games for you. But we needed a spark, and I think he's going to put a real spark in our program next year, and he's going to be our starting quarterback. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't know what Jalen's going to do. I hope he sticks with the program because you're only one play away from being in there. Mm-hmm. So, we'll see. But, it wouldn't surprise me if he left too. It would not surprise me because it's a dog-eat-dog world, and, it's next man up. So, I'm just really proud of Tua, proud of his teammates, the way they rallied around him, supported him. And, and Hurts being a good teammate, coming off the sidelines, getting in his ear, telling him good job and, keep it up, just shows what kind of team we have. And, a lot of people think we just got a lot of five-star players, but we got a great team and a great program, and it's all to Nick Saban and to these players. So,
I tell you what, on the other side of it with Georgia, Kirby Smart has done one heck of a job. He's had some recruiting hauls this year that are just unbelievable. I really see them trending upwards. I don't see any end in sight. You've got running backs out the ears. You've got quarterbacks out the ears. It's almost unfair. Tell me, Couch Coach, do you feel just a little bit guilty for all the quarterbacks and running backs that you have on your team? And tell us what you think next year's going to be like for you. Any transfers in mind or anything like that?
Well, I don't feel guilty. Look, I know Kirby felt like he had to win Georgia, and I think that's going to be a big battleground for both these teams moving forward. Rick, as good as he was, never dominated in-state recruiting, and I think you're really starting to see the difference there. But I think, in terms of recruiting, obviously we're getting the big players. We're getting Fields, who is, except for Ronald Curry and Michael Vick, he's one of the more highly touted guys coming out. These are the kind of guys that would go to Florida State back in the 90s that you would see. And so he's definitely a next-level player. Now, how that translates into the chemistry, that depends. You can have great teams. You can have great talent. But do they have the chemistry? And that's kind of what, Lawtide was talking about with his teams too. The championship teams, have the talent and the chemistry, and they have guys that step up in certain roles. And I think we've had that this year too. But, we're still developing it. I think that, our line of scrimmage is where we have to win. That's the most important thing. And I think we have to be able to stretch it vertically more than we do passing it. So either Fromm has to be able to step his game up, or, this Fields kid's going to take it. Because this Fields kid will play, no doubt about it. But I think that, losing Jacob Eason, I just want to say that, he announced today that he's going to Washington. And, that doesn't surprise me, and I just really want to wish him the best of luck. I know he got dealt kind of a tough situation, came into a tough situation as a true freshman, having to really carry a bad football team with us last year. We would have been in a world of hurt if Grayson Lambert was our quarterback. I mean, he really carried our team, and it was really unfortunate that he got hurt this year. But, you know, those kind of things happen. I mean, Troy Aikman got hurt at Oklahoma, went to UCLA, reinvented his career, was the number 1 draft pick, you know, back in 1989. So I think that's kind of a similar situation. And I think Jacob Eason will really do well for Chris Peterson. I think he's a guy that can really develop quarterbacks, and I just see that being a really good relationship there. So I just want to wish him the best. And, you know, he might not have felt like it this year, but he was a part of the Dog Nation. And, you know, I think the future is bright for us, but we got to improve the things we improve. And you know, we got to get better of our situational awareness. I mean, that's really the difference between beating Alabama. You know, we can hang with them, you know, 2 times in a row. And it's been close 2 times in championship form, but it's just not good enough. So we got to win in the situations, and we'll be there.
Well, I really do appreciate you guys being a part of the Volunteer Roadshow this year. It really means a lot. This is my first season doing this, and your support and all the Alabama and Georgia fans that supported my show, it really means a lot. And I wanted to thank y'all for coming on the show. Well, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and go check out Couch Coach and Lawtide. I'm going to put their links in the description of this. And check me out on Facebook at Volunteer Roadshow, and also on Twitter at Vols Roadshow. So go Vols. We're going 15-0. I promise you that.